Hi, everybody. My name's Lori Bornstein, and I'm here to talk about two things. Lo Pihejo, love, peace, harmony, and joy. It's a way of life that Yeshua, that Jesus, has told us to live. And in this day and time, with these times, the insanity going on, we need it. We need the love, peace, harmony, and joy, and to learn how to live that way every day. We also need to take care of our temples that Yahweh gave to us, that God gave to us. And we do that through, I'm doing that through keto, a keto way of eating. Don't believe in diets. Diets, you go on them, you get off of them, and then you're gaining all your weight back when you did such a good job at it's like when I had my after I had my son, I lost all this weight. And then what happened? I wound up pregnant again. Wound up getting it all back. It's kind of what it's like. So, I believe in a way of eating. Now, the keto diet was actually supposed to be for people with epilepsy and diabetes. It's their little known secret. So it's actually for everybody. My husband, for example, a couple years ago, his body literally blew up. Um, his liver quit functioning. He has actually fatty liver disease. It's not from being an alcoholic in any way, shape, or form. And there's a lot of people that suffer from that, and a lot of people that have to try and explain it's not because they were an alcoholic. It's because it's a fatty liver disease, and it he was adopted, so we don't know what his medical history is. But as it turns out, he has fatty liver disease, he has thyroid issues, he has diabetes, and two ulcers. Also, for those in the know, esophageal varices, where the acid goes up into your throat. So I am trying to find a way for him to eat diet, if you will, um, that works with all those things. And that is not an easy thing to do. I wrote them all down, and what he can eat and what he can't eat. And what he can eat for one, he can't eat for another. The keto diet works really well with that. So it's a diet that's high protein, but low in sugar and carbs. I myself love my pasta. So I had to find something somewhere that would help me with that part, and I found it. It Works products. They are amazing. So, if you're on a keto diet or you're thinking about getting on a keto diet, get It Works Carb Control. There it is, right there. It's really good for those times when I have to have my pasta. If you have to have a little sugar, it's got a little sugar blocker inhibitor in there, and it's really, really good. I had back surgery a couple of years ago, and it caused me to gain a bunch of weight. And I've lost some of it back, because I'm getting more active. I was riding around in a scooter. I was walking around in a walker, using a walker. I was using a cane, and now sometimes I need a cane, but I've gotten rid of the rest of the stuff. I'm used to power walking. I'm used to being active. I'm used to working out, and I haven't been able to do that in the last couple of years. So I'm just recently getting to the point where I can walk. I can do my power walks. It's really important to exercise. It really is. People don't like to, but it makes you feel better. It's good for your psychological, And when I do my walks, that's when I meditate. That's when I'm talking to God. That's when I'm getting inspirations. That's when He's talking to me, and that's when I'm talking to Him. and I love it. I love walking, and I live in Chewelah, Washington, and there is so much scenery here. It's the most beautiful scenery. Um, so, and that's the joy of living up in Washington. You get the trees, and I love all of the seasons. I love the changing of colors in the fall, and the spring rains. I love all of the seasons, and it's so beautiful up here. But anyway, so when I walk, I get to see all of God's creations, and I get to just really enjoy them and meditate on his creation and meditate on him and keep him in the forefront of everything I do. So anyway, so yeah, I also do keto coffee. These are actually little packets in there. They do come in the pods if you have a coffee maker, but the keto coffee will curb your appetite. It helps you balance your ketones. Everything in your body has to be balanced. It helps you balance everything. It gives you more clear mind. I had run out and I had to do regular coffee. And so when I went back, when that happened, I realized the difference between regular coffee and my It Works keto coffee. Hands down, you can notice a difference almost immediately. And I love my keto coffee. So today we're talking about Lopehajo, and we're talking about ways of taking care of your temple. The first of the Lopehajo, Lopehajo, is love. We need to be more loving, more understanding, more forgiving. The forgiving part is really hard to do, especially when you think you have Yeshua. Jesus said you have to love your neighbors. You have to love others as you love yourself. Loving someone that did you wrong, that hurt you, that did so much damage to you is very, very hard. But it must be done. And the only way to do that is through prayer and through forgiveness, work through forgiveness and time. And eventually you get there. Eventually you have to let it go, because if you don't let it go, then you're in the prison. You're imprisoning yourself. You're not doing it for them. You're letting those negative feelings go, and you've got to air those out. You've got to get out that negativity. It will eat you up. Hate, jealousy, anger, stress, frustration, all of those negative things will eat you up, and they'll make you sick, and you'll wind up with ulcers, and you'll wind up with problems. So they'll make you sick. So let those things go. Meditate on them, pray on them, and then you can love your enemy. Because you know what? It's because of what they did to you that made you a strong person, made you a warrior, made you extremely strong, made you realize that you can really do more than you really thought you could, made you more confident. So you have a lot to thank that abuser for. No matter what it was they did to you, they made you a stronger person because you're here right now. You survived it, and you became stronger. And hopefully you found that it was Yahweh, it was God that helped you get here, where you didn't wind up dead. You didn't wind up in prison. You didn't wind up in jail. Because I know for a fact, if it wasn't for Yahweh, if it wasn't for God, and the prayers of my mother and the prayers of my family, prayer goes a long way. I pray for my grandkids all the time. I pray for my children all the time. But if it wasn't for them, I would have wound up dead if it wasn't for God. I'd wind up dead, in prison, or in jail. And I've never been in either one of those. But because of his protection, because of his love, because for some reason, I don't know why, he never gave up on me. And I don't know why. But because I did a lot of damage to myself. But Yahweh saw different, and he saw me through it. And I just praise him and worship him and thank him every single day. And I thank him for these products. It Works products, let me tell you. Keto diet was the best thing they could have ever came up with. And I strongly suggest it for anyone. It's a great way. It's just a great way. Even if you love to eat, if you live to eat, which, I used to be that way. There's so many advantages to it. You don't necessarily have to give up completely the carbs. As I said, you've got the carb control. You've got the fat fighter, which also has a carb inhibitor. And they're all natural. They are all natural. And there's also other products that help you, cleanse your skin, give your eyelashes a little length. They have hair, skin, and nails, which actually works really, really well. I've used a lot of different hair, skin, and nails products. This one, really, I only took it after the first couple of days, and I noticed a difference right away. It's got biotin and keratin, and it's just really good. My husband loves it. He's always, now he's like, my nails keep growing. I don't know why. That's because you're doing that. So, okay. That's it for today. Go out and love someone. Go out, give them a hug. Think about being on a keto diet. Strongly encouraging it. And if you're on one, strongly consider the It Works products, because it really boosts your way of eating. It boosts what you're trying to do. It really, really helps, so that you can enjoy some of the pastas and the breads. And then you just take your carb control. And the coffee is to die for. So, Lo Pihejo, love, peace, harmony, and joy. Shalom, and have a very blessed day. I'll see you next time.